and G double it. Get slapped for Tuesday or Thursday. You know the cat always be lurking, ain't no hiding. Hit the SW, you know you don't want the smoke. Bodies better bruised, ain't no joke. You did fake sense, chills, things burn. Nightmares turn real, don't be still night. All gold, everything you know is all, yeah. Egos got a modest touch, golden, flawless. Catch hands in the back, y'all are in the way. You wanna touch the pay, we bring the vibrate. TXG, jungle vibes, bodies on the canvas, everything's 10 out 10. No debate, no flaws. My fight club, motherfucker, catch your hand. Put a beat down, it's all in the plan. Talk shit on the diss and the podcast. We gon' see how long you last. Ain't no high. We a global motherfucker. Stay strapped, DNT, motherfucker. It's a global production, motherfucker.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a global production, motherfucker. Welcome to another episode of that This and That podcast. We are live. Tonight's special guest, one of an uprising superstar. Somebody's been making crazy noise. And every time he steps on the scene, everybody got to stand up, fuck up in the crowd because you already know it's always big time. Ladies and gentlemen, BigTime E in the fucking building.
Yes, sir.
You already know. Welcome, brother. Welcome. Also, I have my co-host in the building tonight. I got Mr. A. Jizzle, CEO of GW. I got Demon, the King X, CEO X, Demon's Funhouse. I got EGO, the Hall of Famer, Alexander Valentine. And, of course, it's your boy, Mr. 357, a.k.a. Dimebag Dan. Ladies and gentlemen, BigTime in the building. What's up?
Let's go. How's everybody doing?
Go. Are we good, man? How you doing? How you?
Oh, hey, it's pretty good, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, I've been chilling in here. You know, we lit in here.
We lit it to baby. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say congratulations on the victory. You're on the way up. It's your time.
Appreciate it.
Oh, yeah. This man's been making noise. But before we get into that, before we talk about all the noise he's been making, let us everybody know who you are and where you come from, like where you reside.
But you know what I'm saying? It's BigTime. You know, it's Biggie. Hey, look, BigTime. That's one of my name. That's when I got it from. You know, when I was back in high school, they called me BigTime. I said, "What's up, BigTime?" And it's gonna be Biggie mostly, because my friends always call me Biggie because I was used to be big at the time and I was lifting weights. After that, I was been trying out football though. But yeah, originally, I was born in New Jersey, Trenton, New Jersey. You know, shout out to my family lived in Trenton.
Shout out to Jersey.
My family, yeah.
Free to
shout out to my city of Trenton. You know, Trenton can be worse, but hey, because back in since 26 years, after my birthday, yeah, I got moved to South Carolina. You know, and right before my two sisters born at two cities. So, you know, I'm living up here right now. And I always visited New Jersey a couple times. Only just meeting family, you know. So yeah.
Oh yeah. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to Jersey. Shout out to your sisters. Shout out to everybody out there. Jersey, free to wave, baby. You already know.
Yeah.
Shout out to Inksling in the building. Shout out to Inksling for their podcast last night. She was amazing. Shout out to Eddie Walker too for pulling up earlier today.
Yeah.
It's big time.
Yeah.
You already know.
Yeah, shout out to my, my late sister. That's who, I only had left with my little sister, so I always keep on. But I have my late sister, who was passed away 10 years ago. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Sorry to hear
yeah,
that, man. My condolences.
yeah.
For sure.
She finally be reunited with my grandpa. So, I think my grandpa passed like since about like 7 years ago now, back in 2019.
That's real. That's
You know,
real,
they
man.
they re they they re I'm telling you, reunited with my pops and my grandma. So they always had a good time.
Yeah, and that
Hmm.
rest in peace, man. Like I said, condolences. Sorry to hear that, man. This shit sucks.
Yeah,
When he's
yeah,
up.
yeah. But everything will be straight now. So hey, I've been, you know, always keep my head up. Always had to, just want to be blessed to everybody. I respect for to a lot of communities that I'm always been everywhere. Out of the effect world. I was gonna shout out to one of my peoples out there. Shout out to GW in the
Oh yeah.
building. Shout out to one of all my people in one of my side of the communities. So what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah. You can shout him out. We ain't nothing. It's crazy.
So,
Shout out
yeah.
to the whole global. Shout out to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like we understand the fact that there's people in other places and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just for for the GW brand and for A Dot's sake, out of respect,
Hmm.
there's certain like people that we don't fuck with. Like they have their own brand type shit, and we don't fuck with them because it's not because of the gaming thing, like the game part of the shit that we took
Yeah.
personal. It's personal because it was personal beyond the game. That's why we really don't fuck with those people. So like when everybody pulls up and
Yeah.
expects to be like, oh yeah, I want to be down with GW, and then they say, oh yeah, but I fuck with these people, and if
They did the
that was
same thing. Yeah, they did the same thing on every E-Fest. They been doing on like years ago. So
right.
I've been through that. So I understand that their rules. I understand the rules, and we're not gonna start like talk shit about that. I know the game is gonna start to mess it up. I just like either I took win or loss. It's all like for fun though. Unless it is like
As always,
interactive, like an interactive fist fight.
it should
The
al-
ones that
it
promoted
should
promoted.
it should always be fun, man. It should never take it. It should never be personal, man. But certain people take shit personal, and we ain't fucking with that. Like we can't allow it. So respectfully, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
we can't be it. But there's people that we have fallouts with that they're cool with certain people and shit. Like like certain like people like you and other people and shit. And like shout out to y'all. Y'all do what y'all do. You know what I'm saying? We just
Hmm.
parted ways and shit. That's all. But shout out to y'all. Y'all do your thing. We always like it's always love and shit. It's no love lost. It's just it is what it
Yeah.
is, right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
the life.
Always
Yeah,
showing love to big
life.
time.
Life is going first, so you ain't gonna be worried about it.
Yeah.
It's
I
all.
ain't losing sleep
I
over
will
that
go
shit.
first.
Yeah, we losing sleep over that shit. Ain't that Jizzle in the building, ladies and gentlemen? What's up, boy?
Hey, Dot, what to do?
Chilling, man. What it do? I just got back to the crib maybe like 20 minutes ago.
This
But nah, I
nigga's
was
fuck
saying,
work his ass.
nah,
Mm.
I what was up, out in the
Mm.
Bronx, dog? You bro. sleep? Nah, I was out in the Bronx. My
Yeah, I know.
grandson's
Nice
birthday.
birthday. Yeah, I know. I
We
know.
out
Shout
there.
out, shout out to Nate the Great or
Nightmare Eve. Nightmare Eve just
Nightmare
turned 10.
Abe. Turn 10.
Yeah,
Shout out to Nightmare Abe. Happy birthday, Nightmare Abe.
Happy
Happy
birthday, my
10th
boy.
birthday, boy.
appreciate ya. But
Young King.
nah, man, always showing love to Big Time, bro. Big Time is like he's always out there showing love and shit.
Always,
He's one of
always.
those
Oh
dudes that
yeah, for sure. I'm
yeah, man.
everywhere.
Yeah,
Always
you are.
respect to a
Definitely
lot of communities.
correct, yeah, man. So I'm always popping up to the shit when I can as well,
And
man.
and and you got
Streaming.
your own shit too. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Shout
he was
out to
just streaming the other day. I saw him out there.
yeah.
You know,
Hmm.
Well, shout out your shit too. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that y'all check out. Yeah. Shout out your shit, boy.
Yes, sir.
You live.
Hmm. Yeah,
So
it's everything good. Mhm.
let's do it. So take us back to the moment you realized that you wanted to be to be big time, to be who you are right now? Take us back how it all started. Where did you start? How long?
Like for my name as for big time, like ever since like when I was in like back in high school days, what I'm saying? Like, I've been weight for like, since when I was like when I was 15. So when I lift weights and all my friends, I'm gonna tell you, I have all the homies out there, and even including the head coach from from my school, shout out to him, bro. Cause he ain't working he ain't being coach anymore, so he went to the other different schools, so coaching, he's my boy, bro. But yeah, um, when soon like I've always been, because I used to be big like while I was like back then,
Like a fat nigga?
and then not like that though, but I'll try to see. I want to lose all that weight at a time.
I got it. I
But
would fuck it
yeah,
up.
one of my
I gotta do
yeah,
it.
my people called me Big E mostly, because Big E like from WWE. That's where they got it
Oh,
from.
okay,
But hey,
okay.
look,
Copy.
hey, that's they say. He said Big E was good, and then last one, other coaches said
Yeah, because
Big
you better switch.
Time.
You better switch to the Big E shit. Because niggas is
Oh,
gonna be like,
hey,
yo, what happened?
always,
You better
always
niggas will be like,
name
what happened
it.
with that baby oil shit? Because that nigga was heavy on that.
Man, look, I kept both Big Time and Big E, because I named Big E as a tag, like when I played like some other like games like Call of Duty and all that, and then
Nah,
while the tags I put Big Time. That's easy.
yeah, big time E sounds better than just Big E. You know what I'm saying? Because Big E's already taken, and big time E is different, is new. So like
Yeah.
you were saying like how you got the big time part, your culture. What were you saying?
Well, I was big.
Fuck,
I'm telling you, big.
the Big E shit.
But yeah, well, they know what it is, but big time. That's when I got it from names, and so I named it as as big time, because like I know it used to be a little bit, fat, so that's what I'm being with. That's who I am. Who I am being as big time. That's it.
Fuck with it.
Time. Time for my shine. So yeah, that's when it used to be called me. So I say, okay, put my perfect name as a big time. If I'm doing like some real big things, so I put big things.
How many
Yeah.
world championships you won so far?
On some other feds, like I won I'm gonna say two world champions and two brands from the other from the other feds. And then
And,
because mid cards I've done with one, and I hold the title for like last about like almost like a year.
J Rich 489. I see you.
Like
Yes,
it was
yeah.
like I've been holding that one like all-star title, and I've been holding that title like almost like a year. So
Oh
as soon as I
shit.
lose, soon as I lose, as soon as I lost the title, I going for the world title picture, and I hold it for like a month, and then until like it was back in 23 and 24, I won the other world title, because I won a tag team title back in 23, but in 24 I won another world title, and it makes me like I'm a first time ever Grand Slam as a Grand Slam champion, because I've been winning
Okay.
two world titles, and the third one is my tag team titles, and I know the fourth one is I had the All Star title. So that's four. I'm gonna say there's four titles that it makes me. I became as a Grand Slam like one time Grand Slam champion. But if I hopefully
Oh
like I don't
shit.
know
I'm a two-time
from
granny.
yep. So if I say like this year, like if I say this year, if I won like if I'm really gonna win like a second like for my second time Grand Slam champion from this year, because like other Fed I've done is that I've done for like I won like one time hardcore champion, one time like European champion, so only two. So if I'm be like Grand Plex, triple crown as a champion. If I go in like a universal title picture, if I might beat one big names who holds that like universal title, like from upcoming PLEs from there, I was in there. Because is instead of big time, there's another name that I use instead of big time, because fact that I got two different characters, like from Fez, like big time. That's big time. That's why I named it from the other, like from here, and they are from here from some other else, and other universe is usually used to be called big time, but when he comes to, like he gonna talk shit. When I started promo, and I named the reverted name as Eric Knight. It's from a different universe, and it's some familiar, like R-Truth becoming as Ron Killings, like for example. Like I can always fight violence, and I will destroy, like I can use my leg
Oh
and
yeah,
try to hit someone in the skull. That's when I'm being like I'm a badass. Like I'm being like fight violence, like John Moxley, like type shit.
that's fire. Yeah. So when did you realize this is what you're gonna do? Like when did it start? When did Eric Knight or DBD, I'm not when Eric Knight or Big Time E or Big Time, like come on, like I started, DBD started in WrestleMania 2000, No Mercy. That was when DBD started. But EFED world, like this shit that we're doing now, this profession, uh 22K22. So when did you
Well,
start? Even if
I
it was
literally
whoever it was.
been, because I've been love wrestling games, like all the world. Because like I think WrestleMania 19, that's when I first started, when I played on Nintendo GameCube that day.
Appreciate the
And then
follow, J Rich.
yeah, because I always been having fun time. So I think until like because like this is when I start playing like all WWE games, like 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So 2K19, I first made my own character. So instead of, I used to be Powerhouse as my character, but I realized I changed my my archetype as a technician. So I needed, so I yeah, so mine's like being as a technician is kind of get more for me, like holding with, like doing like submissions, and doing like high flies, well, a little bit of it. So I started as Big Time as name, or I say Eric Big Time Knight, from back in 2K19. It's my first characters I doing prototype until in 2K22. So 2K22, I was gonna post the name that as Eric Knight, but you know when it because it comes from the EFED rules, they say okay, you gotta change that name to as a Twitch name. So that's okay. Yeah, I'm just put a big time name on there, because it sometimes, like if it's like inspired me, and I want to be like sometimes like I'm be like Undertaker, like that type shit, or being some other gimmicks, like during like Halloween PLEs shit.
Copy.
Yeah. So until other people that I've been knowing them, and they put me on there, I say okay, that's fun. That's really fun. And fed there than one of the others, because it's like my character back in 22. I was like I lost shuffle like twice. I did it like twice, or a couple times. So that's when that back then, until like I being a like big star. I was a big star back in you know after 22, but in 23, that's when I'm becoming as a big star, and I
That's
became as a
that's
mid card
that's when
champion.
you yeah, that's when you became like that's when you became known type shit. Because to be honest with you, I started in 22, and in 23 that's when like I became who I am now type shit, and like that's when I started getting the pop and like started pushing like I went beyond, bro. I started doing shit for this honestly, like I started like I don't know, I sound crazy, but a lot of motherfuckers probably be like, he's actually right. But I feel like I made eFed more popping than what it is. Like I made the eFed's world pop the way it is right now because of the promoting that I was doing on like Facebook and all that shit. You get what I'm saying? Because people were saying, because every time I speak to people that like legends, that eFed legends, they always saying that they've been doing this shit for 15 years and all that other shit. But in reality, I ain't really see none of this shit on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or none of this shit until I started promoting it on those things. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden now everybody has this shit on, you know what I mean? Which I'm not saying that, you know, that's how you do it. That's how we build GW. But I'm trying to say like y'all can't front like y'all don't know who the fuck I am because I'm basically made the eFeds shit relevant because I gave y'all motherfuckers the idea of promoting your fucking show on Facebook and having all these fucking groups full of shit. Because when you used to see these Facebook groups before I started promoting, all they was just doing posting pictures of their call, saying, "Oh, look, this call I created this," and they were dope shit, like you know, of course, because there's dope creators out there, 100%. But nobody was promoting their shows on these groups. You get what I'm saying? Like, I did that. You know what I mean? I did that with GW. That's why GW is like it's like top notch in this shit. You know what I'm saying? And people can feel however they feel about it, but in reality, you got to check the facts. And if you want to go back in your feeds to 2022, y'all can go and see that. You know what I'm saying? So,
that's right.
But I started my eFed journey, like, well, my wrestling journey, my wrestling eFed journey started in WrestleMania 2000 and WrestleMania No Mercy, like WWF No Mercy, WCW, NWO Revenge, all that shit. I started since then, and then I kept on creating my guy, you know, like in SmackDown and all that, because the games before that was terrible, like Warzone, Raw, you know, Monday Night Raw, Warzone, whatever that shit was called. That shit was terrible.
Warzone, yeah. I remember I put that
Stone Cold on the cover.
Yeah. However, all the intros fire though. I'll give it to you. I love that intro was fire, but that game itself was like, because like when you start doing like when the opponents had a red health meter, you start doing import moves, like you doing like you play like more combat, do like fatalities, like you know what I'm saying. Like once you grapple their opponent and you start doing the finish, like you start import the D-pad at one button. It's like you playing more combat. Like you play more combat, do fatality.
Yeah,
that's one bigger shit.
Right. So basically 2018, 2K18, huh? That's when you made the mark, and then 2K23. That's when you officially started, like, people knowing who you were. That's when you started getting like your fan base built, and right now, like you all right, put it like this: when you came into GW and shit, we kind of already knew who you were, and if we didn't know who you were, you had an aura to you where like you popped in and niggas was like, "Yo, big," like niggas never booed you. You know what I'm saying? Like, because every time like somebody comes out, like you got people like DVD out there in the chats, and he be always shitting on people like, "Oh, look at this guy wearing this," or "Look at this guy looking like this and that." You know what I'm saying? When you came out, you didn't get that. You got the, "Oh shit, it's about to get crazy right now. It's going down." You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like, so like I see the growth from the 23 that you're saying to like now and win 26. So, and you know, I've been in this shit.
It's sometimes like you create your call, and you know you guys wear something like, you know, even like, you know, something even great though. But you know, instead of people could be talking about like, "Oh, what are you wearing that attire?" Like you wearing something like you wearing tights and shit.
Yeah,
that's what people they want to, like, you know, want to jokes about it as in character.
Oh hell yeah, jokes are part of it. Shit, I love the joking shit. You know, that shit really makes it pop more, makes it more exciting and fun too. But you know,
I
like
agree.
you said, bro, I think you came in, GW 25, whatever, and handled business. Was all about just going
Yeah,
straight to the point, fighting.
Yeah,
Never a complaint out of your mouth, anything like that. You
nothing,
know,
nothing.
if
Like
you
you,
wasn't on the
yeah,
card, I didn't hear, yo, man, this nigga don't got me on the card. Boo, boo, boo. Or two shows if you
yeah,
injured or whatever. It was not you just supporting, showing love, and you next show, boom. I'm the type, I'm trying to get everyone involved one way or another. So, everyone's gonna get their turn. Of course, it takes time. Right
yeah.
now, I mean, you're solidified into that world title picture. I don't want to tell you exactly when you are next up. I don't want to, give you this chance right
yeah. You
away
can't do
just
that.
because
We can do
of
that. Yeah, we can't. We can't talk like that anyway because that's like
no, not even that. We
much.
have that surprise show. We could talk, but I'm just saying, like, I don't want to be like, all right, you're next up. Here goes the thing, and then we have a surprise show. And the faith in the wheel is there's 13 titles, but only 12 are on the line. We don't know which 12 they are because we're going to spin the wheel. So,
Yeah.
God forbid, big time fight Prince of Total win. Now, his first defense could be against whoever, because the faith in the wheel shit. I want him to try to, get that opportunity, maybe pay per view where we know what's happening, we building the story, and he gets that opportunity, to whoever the champion is to, make his name felt around here a little more. So that's. But he's there right now. I'm gonna have another, someone for him to fight for number one contender, and then yeah, we cooking. But
Hmm.
he's
Yeah,
definitely
because like I know it back in 25, I've been, always being like a big star, like
yeah.
without a title. If I got so much potentially that I have much of opportunities that I didn't get it. Like earning one of the champions. So if I had to
Yeah, you got knocked
just
down a few
bounce
times,
right
got
back.
right back up. Yeah, man, you
Yeah.
got doing your thing, man. Some big streaks. When I'm,
Yeah,
losing streaks, but you always
Until
got.
until I think until like let me say until like one show that I became as an intercontinental champion, and until like the final show, I
Yes, sir.
lost.
Yeah, man. Yeah, good
This
match,
one
man.
time
Good
going
match.
short reign. So yeah.
oh yeah. No, but that's real though because like at the end of the day, like a lot of like A Dot said, like a lot of niggas like come in and shit and they always like, but yo, how come I ain't booked today or whatever. They still, even if they don't like act like they feel a type of way, they do feel a type of way. And you came in on some like knowing the business, like knowing how it works and shit, because like I'm a type of person that like I'm like similar to you. Like I be watching shows and I'm not booked in those shows most of the time, and that's okay because I get it. Like there's 100 of us and there's hundreds of us. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
like I get it. Everybody in due time, and the fact that you're in like in the big name categories where like like in the main event picture, like he said, like the world title picture, like that's big because a lot of motherfuckers like you literally earned your way there from 23. You get what I'm trying to say? Like you didn't
Yeah.
like it's not handed to you. You know what I mean? So like you're playing along with it because you're like you understand it. You get that's like yeah, I know. I just started like last year or 2 years ago, whatever, and I gotta earn my way. But you're like patient with it. You're not on some like sucker shit like everybody else. You're loyal and you're always popping into shows, even if you're not booked. Like Adel said, like sometimes just because you're not booked doesn't mean they ain't got nothing for you. It's like your time's coming.
Yeah, like like you had to, like you just being patient like that, so some shit to you.
Facts.
Because like when I know the people, and if my call's like not on there in the show, I just watched it. I just enjoy the show. If my character's not on there, I just watch it and just enjoy the show.
Be entertained and shit. Hell yeah.
But
It's
if
all about
someone that asks you, I say, hey, we got some few spots open. If you want to join them, no, I say, hey, put me in.
yeah.
Hmm.
So what's so what's been your toughest challenge you faced so far in your career since 23? Well, since 18.
Was it since I think 2K20? I think 2K23, because it's much more tougher to fight one person. I think since back in 2K20, I think it says 2K22 because I know I've been hard fought one person that me him we me him we're we've always been good friends as a from the character. When they trying to start turn, like they start turning to go into some other different factions. Because me, like I faced one person that we put through a lot of work, like made that show like 5-star matches for me and him. You know what I'm saying? It's like shout out to my one of my people like Awesome Anthony, because I mean me and him we fought each other back in 22. We're not rivalries. We not rival, like we definitely not rivalries, because we just like we put through like a lot of work when I first met him during the first match, and almost close to beat him, because he beat me like fair and square, because like it's like we're like an NBA playoffs by game 7, because you got like he got one and I have one, and second one until when he defended the title, he whooped my ass like almost by like quick. Yeah, just until like back in just until
Went to
like
war.
till like two yeah
I did
two
that to Ego. I did that to Demon X. Like this is why like I'm great. Like you gotta like. So you basically made him great. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's dope.
Making stars out here. You heard we making stars.
It makes
Yep.
that.
Made one star, and so yeah, I'm telling you right now, like once we put in the hard work until I what's it till 2K25, I started defeating him with the All Star title. With
So
me we're going at it.
so let me ask you right quick, right?
Mhm.
How long it takes you to create your call to be ready to go up? Like, yo, he's up, let's go. How long it takes you from the moment you get the game
Oh,
and
I've been creating like my I've been creating my call like when after and since that game drops, and I think like since, because I know in 26 I've been like I've been on early access, but it's not like I can't like upload like the image until like once it's like released, but with
yeah, that's
standards.
terrible. I hate that shit. It's okay, get it together, man.
Yeah, like that's when I started to make something like even make really difference, because I know since 22 like my characters like was like mad young, like mad young, and especially he had that like mustache, like had a mustache and beard like grew like a little bit, but until like in let's say like till this year he's different now. He's really different, because it's like grew a little bit, like beard and mustache, just clear the thing off, and you know locks. I kept the like all the locks, like I let it in and out, like before, like because my character is gonna like gonna hit 30, because like he was born like 97, so that's what in character though. But once the I think once like I don't know, but later that year, if he decided to like cut the locks off and put like back to like a little bit like a fade or fro like that, when sometimes like if I had to start doing like a cut promos in, like just tell them like who I am, and you got to face one feud that you've been facing for a like long time, like specific like specific factions that you really can't, like you can't stand with. And like you sometimes, like you being like as a good person, as a face facing through the e feds, but then like when you're not around, and watching it when you're fused that you'll be dominant, and then you came back and you're attacking them, and you put your promo in, like you say, like you can tell who you are, and you worded your name as different, like you changed name as your real, like in real character name. Like like R True become Ron Killings, like he cut dreads off like
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
and he's became
Wait,
as Ron Killings.
the whole Ron Killing shit, not to like interrupt your story and shit, but like the Ron Killing shit and our truth, that shit made no sense because the fans wanted him back. The nigga cut his dreads to be more like I guess hardcore or more like on some like
Yeah.
oh I'm gonna whoop niggas now. Like he's a serious type of character. Then he went back to being the same fucking
Yep.
ball
Same
clown.
shit.
Yeah, they fumbled that shit. Like to be
Fumbled
honest,
that
I'm gonna
big
keep it
time.
real.
Meanwhile, they let fucking Karrion Cross go or like the Wyatt 6. I know a lot of niggas is not gonna be like, fuck the Wyatts and all that shit, but still, you know what I'm saying? Like there's talent there. Dexter Loomis was talented. I always thought that nigga was nice. The other dude, the chubby dude, what was his name? Well, he was nice too. I don't know.
I said, yeah, gotta realize because
Hold on, nobody's gonna do it. You guys gonna let him run rampant. Those boys was trash.
damn.
You gonna let him run rampant?
He's speaking facts. I agree.
Yeah, but yeah, like you gotta realize.
I was waiting for you. I was waiting for you niggas to say so. I knew it. I was waiting on Eagles definitely to say some shit.
Yeah, it's speechless right now. I seen that score. I was like,
Y6 wasn't there, bro. They didn't know what to do with them. Real shit.
Yeah, they did
As soon as
it.
they said, yo, they got released, I said, good riddance.
yeah,
It's like
Get 'em the
that's
fuck
what
out of
man.
here, huh?
Like, gotta realize my boy Ron Killings, like back in TNA, that's his prime. Like
yeah, that's his prime.
he being real seriousness. Like when he started doing promo and he mentioned that WWF and WWE like something like that, but he said like, why in the hell that WWF or WWE whatever they call, why the hell they let me go?
Yeah.
Like, that's what it's all about.
Your
Like
niggas remember when this nigga came out in mid-match? This nigga smoked a cigarette. This nigga was lit up.
that one right there.
He said, "No, fuck around with me." Nigga, the camera, they almost bleeped it. They couldn't bleep it. He's like, some shit. He was like, "Fuck around with me" or some shit. He said, "Nigga lit up a cigarette mid-match while he's
You lit that right there, bro.
I was like, this nigga's goated for this shit, nigga. And I wasn't even watching wrestling at this time because I gave up.
Yeah, that's when the time I was watching a little bit though, like when like I was in like a middle school, because I already know that superseded between everything. That's why like losing few of the fans to stop watching it, and they'd be watching like TNA or some other wrestling outside of the WWE.
I came in. Shout out to Johnny Bandy. I see you. So what up, Ada?
Johnny.
I started watching in the COVID era, and that was because there was nothing to watch, and that shit was terrible too.
Yeah, like something like okay, like like my older cousin, like it was like way before like when John Cena debuted, like she like shout out my older cousin though, but yeah, she stopped watching when WWF had changed to E, because like during like there's like a lawsuit between the like World Wrestling Federation and World Life World Life Funds. As if I'm mistaken, if I remember that, yeah, that's when that happens. So they get rid of the federation, so they put it like as entertainment. But they usually call name like World Wrestling Federation Entertainment. That's why I say okay, I like that. But when they get rid of that, they get rid of federation and get rid of F as an entertainment. That's I say yeah, that's the reason why like people been stopped watching it. I mean, it's still getting good though.
Because they focus more on gimmicks and shit like that.
Yeah, and they did the same thing with WCW when they changed that logo like during 1999. That's when the logo changed. That's how people stopped watching that too.
Yeah,
that was during the downfall.
That was the Vince Russo era.
Before Vince Russo showing up like during like in Halloween Havoc '99.
They fucking ruined Ted Turner's money, man. They just took Ted Turner's money and they were like, "Yo, what we gonna do with it?" He was like, "Yeah, go crazy. Here's a couple $1 million. Go fucking crazy, Eric." Told Eric Bischoff to go crazy, and that's what he did.
Bischoff, they gotta put a blame onto him though, because like I mean, he put through the great story. Like what comes to like between from him and NWO, and he like he put through a lot of great story. And
he did make the NWO though. I give him that. Like the first NWO was fire, but that shit just
like the cruiserweight division too.
Yeah,
they put like, and they also named it in Japan too as a NWO Japan and New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Niggas put NWO in Japan. That's disrespectful.
Yeah. Because the Great Muta was part of the NWO, and Chono that too. He was on there. He's joining also. That was All Everywhere, and who was the other character like fake Sting, not the real Sting, but the like fake Sting. He was on there. I forgot his name though too, because I know he retired too.
Oh, it's kind of like the fake Mad King.
Yeah, that's what he liked that.
Like that. You saw my promo I dropped earlier?
Yeah.
Everybody's paying attention.
I saw it.
Let's go.
I think, highlight my, fires and emojis and shit, but I saw it.
No doubt. As long as you saw it.
About time for you, bro. About time
I dropped some heat.
Yeah, man.
Sure, yeah, then
so big time.
Yep.
Yeah, like that. Say what you're gonna say.
Oh no, you go ahead. To go around the question.
I was gonna ask you, how would you describe your wrestling style and who influenced it? Because you mentioned Sting, fake Stings, and NWO Japan.
Yeah, I've been inspired. And I made my character as like Sting, because during like the Halloween PLEs, I made it like as a like cosplay as a Sting, because I dedicated him. I dedicated a Sting to facing someone with I faced one person and for the hardcore champion, and they got me beat like I got squashed like easily. Like back in 22, like I'm like I'll be lost. Like that's when at a time when I'll be lost like a couple times. So I was like, back in like let's see, because I know 23, I was like I dedicated like
22, I was butt in 22. I was terrible.
Yeah, and then I was say I think like since back like
ain't no shit about the game. Shit.
Yeah,
I didn't know nothing exactly.
It don't exist for me to be honest. But that 22, I mean, 22 is like still like it's fun, but however it's like it's broke. Like when you smash them.
Nah, but 23 and 24. Realistically, 23 and 24, we can honestly say was type goated, because it wasn't really that. 23 was no problems like that. Yeah. 24
was peak though.
Yeah. Then when 25 introduced the island shit, it was like, oh fuck. And then they did it again with 20. That's gonna be an ongoing thing anyway, but
yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's still going.
Yeah, that's the 2K feature. That's basically my player in wrestling. You know what I mean?
100%.
That's basically
yeah. So I done from that one. So I think 24, because like 24, I've been as as still remaining as a for technician. Like I've been like I'd be like my boy like Arn Anderson. Like he started doing like calling the spine buster. That's when I doing that moves like spine buster. That's one moves I use it for like if I put superstar, I put like wrestler down. That's when I put down the spine buster with it was hitting to the body point, and I get win for that one this whole time. Because that's like that's like their weakness point. That's when I be like that's like inspired from. That's why I inspired like like Arn Anderson. Like that's the one the finisher that I use like for between the signature and the finisher.
Copy.
That's what I done. That's
So,
what I done there.
like, so in your opinion, who do you think has like the best spine buster of all time? Because there's Farouk, there's like you
And
said,
Farouk, man, Farouk's spine buster was hurt, man.
Lee.
That's real pain.
That's pain.
But that
That
like
one and Batista's wasn't bad
Arn
either.
Anderson is my favorite. So that's my favorite like spine buster. That more than anybody else. Because I know Farouk. That's a hurt. They spine burst like Farouk spine buster
Niggas
is a
wasn't
hurt.
niggas wasn't ready for Ron Simmons, man. They wasn't ready for him.
Yeah, that's the one person that you could hurt, like you could hurt them with that spine buster. That thing.
To be honest with you, I heard like within wrestling talk and shit, like Farouk and Bradshaw, like these were like the hard hitters and Hardcore Bob Holly, like they were the hard hitters in that era, so they had no choice but to put these niggas together.
Because Bradshaw can hardly close line to everybody. Like I like him in his hard
clothesline from hell. That's like my favorite shit ever, bro. The clothesline from hell. That and the Don Dropper, which is the Dominator from Farouk. Like I'm basically like that's the type of wrestling that I enjoyed, like Bob Holly, Hardcore Holly type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but with the gimmicks of like Hollywood Hogan, not the Hulk Hogan.
About like Smash Mouth style.
Smash Mouth, like rough, like redneck shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though, but you get it. Like some rough shit, like Hardcore Holly, bro. Like, they had to kick him out of Tough Enough because this motherfucker was a psychopath, man. Like, this nigga will go and literally hurt you.
Oh yeah, that's a problem.
He was too rough, bro. Like, these are new niggas coming in training, and like that's the future. You know what I'm saying? And he's over here giving them.
That's a problem.
Like, yeah, that is a problem. Vince is like, yo, man, I can't give this man a push because it fucking hurt my champion. You fucking give Stone Cold Steve Austin or The Rock, and these are like the fucking money makers. Fuck around and hit you with a fucking Alabama slam and really mean it and fucking break your neck or some shit or fuck your back up.
Oh yeah.
That'd be deadly. That'd be the best. That's bad for business. But he should have got his because that nigga is the real deal, man. People like that is the real deal. You know what I'm saying? Y'all niggas want to feedback my guest, my host? Y'all want to feedback off that?
I want a question. Say, can we ever see Big Time? We know he's a fan favorite. Be a piece of shit scumbag and hit like the dark side, not like dark like demon or whatever, but just like dark as in like an asshole. Like fuck these fans,
Like become a heel.
Yeah.
Like if I tell you, like if I'm like as a heel, if I'm like talk shit, I say there's no Big Time as like as a heel. If I name something like as reverted name as a real name, I say I can talk shit though. Like why I gonna do that from other feds? Because I know I got my other name as Eric Knight as a character. Because I've been introduced that name from from 2K19. So now like around it through time until like say by 25, I had this name Eric BigTime Knight. As from the other feds, I was like. Same thing like from 22, I was like keep on struggling until I pushed all the way up. And then now in 26, I made my character the opportunity for for upcoming upcoming pay-per-views when they coming up. So I've been facing big names for for the universal title from the other feds there. So whenever I can do, if I win that, I say okay, I'm a put my shit talk my shit for promos if I'm I'm still in progress on it.
Yeah. All right. So something like a work in progress type shit.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So that's what who I am, because I was like I haven't been one any like world title since 2K23. That's the one. That's the one. That's the one thing. Is one crazy part from 3 years ago.
It
Like it's
happened.
been like 3 years. I've 3 years. Like I've been winning world titles. So I was like, okay, I come in from this moment to get my opportunity to get for a universal title, like for the opportunities from the other feds there. So if I get for my chance, I be one guy I've been I've been facing like each other, or I just hate them each other from the character like for 4 years. So, but as out of character, he advised me like if you won world champion, you gotta work at your promo in to make sense, like if you're becoming as a if you becoming as a if a mid card title, like you becoming one like world you becoming like European or Intercontinental champion, you gotta talk like you gotta
Yeah.
write your promo in to make your
Mhm.
sense. But if you want
Yeah.
a world title,
You gotta play the part. You gotta fit the part.
yeah, like or take that back, like take back from like last season you until you come right back, speak your truth, like like you know like be like something like if I got it from like Ron Killings, like you talking Ricky Steamboat, talk about you. Okay, here's the truth. You become as an intercontinental champion, but then if you go to world title, the owner will hold you back, some type of shit. That's when if I'm learning from myself as the truth, putting the promo like my stories like
Gotcha.
that, like if it makes sense.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wanted to see, if you had that in you, like to play that, that heel side. You play the what do you call it, the fan favorite side so well. You absorb all the love and everything. So, what would it look like for like a heel, big time? That's what something maybe down the line. I'm not saying it's we even spoke about it, but something maybe we can speak about, and I can help you too. With no problem. And
Yeah.
then big time, even with the name big time, fuck it. Shit. He's a he don't want the crowd fucking screaming big time. Shut up.
Yeah, you
Shit
can
like
Yeah.
that.
you literally use that. You're right.
Yeah.
And go and based on that same question and answer and shit. Like I'm surprised Demon
Mhm.
X didn't like ask it, but
Hmm.
you see yourself like in the alter ego and like a demon form too, because Demon's Funhouse is basically that. You know what I mean? Even though if he has big time like the way you are, he'll push you anyway. But his theme is basically all demonic and like you know horror shit. You know what I'm saying? So you think you have like a big time creating thing like that you could do something like that too, or because like you
Mm,
said, ADOC, like ADOC said, man, people can help you. Like, because all right, what he means by helping you is like you do your own promos, you do your own shit, however you do it. What he'll do is he'll make it like when he's like pushing you out there when you're coming out, he's gonna be on some like, oh, here comes this guy telling the crowd go fuck themselves. That makes you the heel kind of thing. Get what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
yeah.
Like, that's what he did with me. Because if you notice, like there was a point where he used to always announce me like, "Here's the scumbag, backstabbing piece of shit, whatever." And then after
Mhm.
that, he gave me like a baby face kind of thing where I'm like a fan favorite, and he was like, "Here comes Dimebag Dan, that's uh,
Yeah.
the King of Violence or whatever it was they were saying." But like, you get what I'm saying? Like that's what he means by it, because everything is all based on you. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you speak your own shit or whatever, and a lot of people use AI for promos. You use AI for promos?
No, not at all. Not from what that all that AI and shit. 'Cause I just
Right
like
with you, bro.
right. I just write my own write my own shit. Like
I
something
respect.
like if I looked over
And you can
like
tell too when it's written by like AI and when it's written by you. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
I catch myself sometimes and like I have to reread my shit before I like press send because I be missing like commas. But if you're reading it, I want you to read it like read it. Like if you're like reading it, like if I'm writing it, like if I'm saying it, you know what I'm saying? I don't want you to read it correctly where, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I don't know if that makes sense. Like I'm not gonna use like question marks and
What you mean to say it in your own words, like your
Yeah.
own
I wouldn't say
terms.
I'm saying it in my own words. You know what I'm saying? When you do the AI, that she gives you like emojis and shit, and you're like, come on, man. Like, you know, I get
Yeah,
it. A lot of
they
people
put
don't
all
know
that.
what to say, and like maybe you're under pressure. Maybe they'll be like, "Yo, you're in the PLE tomorrow. I need a promo for you because you're fighting such and such." You get what I'm saying? So maybe some people feel that that's maybe a pressure for y'all, right?
Yeah.
That you gotta be. Let me ask AI real quick then.
Shit, I don't think so. I think just
Yeah.
you know you have that you gotta have
I don't
that
think because bro,
that
Ada
mindset.
Tells me the other day. See, like as a matter of fact, he told me this last night. He was like, "Yo, I need a promo from you, saying this, and that along these lines." You write. He didn't tell me what to write. He just told me what to say in the promo, and I did exactly that, right? And
Mm-hmm.
it's in my own words. You get what I'm saying? Like I don't need AI or anything to help me do that because he knows. And you read it, you can literally hear me saying it. Like if you read what I wrote, you know what I'm saying? At the promo, you can literally read it in my voice, like in your head, and be like, yeah, that's, you know what I'm saying? And you can tell if
Mhm.
it's AI
Yep.
or me. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, you know?
Mhm. I said, yeah. 'Cause I know, like, if I'm writing like my own, it's like okay, because like if you like watching like your favorite like promo clips, like from like say like if you like Jake the Snake Roberts, you like the from his promos, like if you want like you want to make inspire like inspires you like to be a character like who you like who you are and you make like make sense like what I'm saying like
Yeah.
if I said that okay because I could listen like is it like John Moxley promos
Right,
like
right.
when he won a continental champion at World's End like something like that and like or you watch or you listen to like Orange Cassidy when he became as an international champion like when he defended like a couple of times and he said but I'm saying I'm hungry for the fight and I'm hungry for for the title and like I said I'm tired of fight who stands my way like something like that
Along the lines,
you
I
gotta
get it.
make your
I get what you're
sense
saying.
like that.
Yeah, yeah. That's basically what we basically do. Like I get it. Like, A told us like before we used to drop promos like on I used to drop a promo on like a FaceTime thing. I used to use like a cartoon face kind of shit, and I used to literally have like a little video and drop the promo. That's when we first started. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have
Yeah.
Discord. Remember that, Ada? We used to
Yeah,
drop like that,
Mm-hmm.
and it was fun because
we was
and
all doing that shit. That shit was dope.
all of us, everybody was doing that. Like we were all legit doing our legit
Doing
real
Yeah,
what?
fights.
like speak your words and all.
The little cartoon shit on like the Facebook stories and shit. Remember? I don't
Yeah,
know if you remember
yeah,
that. We would like do it. I know Zay used to do the shit. DVD. I did the Sergeant General. It was like a dark room and shit.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
shit was dope.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
and then we had the Discord era. That's what started everything. Which we didn't know about the Discord. I was like, what the fuck is this? Like this is like a mess. Like and then I saw how A dot organized it, and I was like, oh, I get it. And I helped organize it. I was like, yo, I'm gonna hook this shit up. So we made it by sections. So we got a promo section, you got this section for this, you got champions, you got breaking news where only the CEOs can talk about it. You know what I'm saying? That only they can post in there. You know what I mean? Like it's a lot of
Yeah.
shit in Discord. So shout out to Discord. It's like a secret server type thing, and that's the best thing that happened for this EFED shit. This EFED shit is considered already like a profession.
Like
That's why
you be like it's like a role play. Like you be a role play.
this is a legitimate role playing thing. Like even WWE knows about it. That's why they keep dropping the game. So they figured by dropping the island will make it even better, so you can like do it worldwide. But if they would have just kept it the way they were doing it in 23, because 23 was like the best version of 2K that I've ever played or that I've ever been a part of. Like everybody, if anybody tells you, like you even said it yourself, you was like, "Yo, 23 is when I broke out and everybody started knowing who I was." Because 23 wasn't broken, 23 was official. So whatever you made was authentic. And if you whoop niggas, you whoop niggas. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ain't that Ryan?
Nah, I agree. I definitely agree. I think 23 was definitely the hands down the best one.
Yeah, 100%. And yo, the story. The only thing that I wish that 23 had that 22 always had was the interference, because that helped us make a lot of storylines.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
But I mean,
that's that one. Because like,
what are you gonna do, man? You gotta learn to,
Yeah, you gotta adapt. You gotta learn to adapt.
yeah, unless it's someone come in here like, you know, surprise appearance, like, you know, you add someone in debuts, like that's how they like that. That's how they how they do. Yeah.
Yeah, man. 100%. I think that they should go back to that with the mechanics, but
They probably won't.
Better. They definitely won't.
I mean, I would wish though that, you know, I know 23 and 24. I'll tell you, it's always been peak. Same thing with, like, you know, 2K19, and I say 2K19 like it was much more like even fun. Like some features, like since 2K took over, and you know they would have forgot some of the like control, like, you know, like from 19, but they made something even different than 19. Like they, like, you know, a lot of people they want to bring back like chain wrestling to, like, you know, 25. They brought back, like, you know, chain wrestling. That's I love chain wrestling.
What's chain wrestling? What does that mean?
That's that, like, you do a move,
like when you start the match and you got hit, like when the person, like, you started hand to hand and you start, like, you know, chained up, like you know, you start, like, you start chained up.
Elaborate, A-Doc, because they really don't understand.
it's like a test of strength. So, you know, you're going up, I turn
It's
you
like,
around.
it's like you in like a technical wrestling.
Oh, like a lockup thing, and then
it's a lockup.
And then you do the same to me. Okay.
Kind of like jabs in the middle with the shit when you're going teeing off on each other, but just this one you're locked up. You could bring someone to the ground.
Hulk Hogan used to start like that majority of his matches.
A lot back in the day. That's how a wrestler always started. It was in the center of the ring. Little test.
That's the difference between wrestling back then and wrestling now. Like right now, everybody wants to be entertained by some wow factor shit. But
not even that. No, they start matches just by walking around the ring now. You just walk around, look at the crowd, look at each other.
So they took that from The Rock and Stone Cold. The Rock and Stone Cold was staring at each other at Mania. The Rock did it with Hulk Hogan. So they figured, we're gonna do that with all these matches, but not everybody's a big match. You know, some of y'all just regular niggas. Some of y'all just Al Snow. You know, he's a good guy. I don't get it wrong, but we need a guy's guy. You know, somebody you feel me?
Yeah, guy in knees. You know what I'm saying? A guy's guy, a geyser. You know.
It'd be one guy.
Real shit.
But that's real. That's real. What's something about out of character life that you could bring in to this E-Fed life that's not like out of pocket and not out of line that makes you pop?
From my from out of E-Fed world, like from the Iowa shit.
Like, you know, like something that you brought in from like what you actually do in real life, and you brought it into your character into this E-Fed world type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's like I done from my own, like, you know, ever since like is it during the pandemic, and when it starts, like when I know, because I know E-Fed, I already know like E-Fed since like 2K19, like during the pandemic. That's when, because you know I always stay in the house. Like I was on Twitch, and you know I found one people that I know I've been knowing for like long time. Like we start doing like like you doing like fantasy characters, like you know, like fantasy celebrities fights. Like it was something like
Like
hilarious, something like that. That's what I
when they
remember.
had like Shaq and like Mike Tyson and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
yeah, like you put like Draymond Green and versus LeBron, like you know, like that, and plus like you know other like celebrity like they put like Will Smith, Chris Rock on there, like it's one of the hilarious matches, and then they got like another like a video game characters too, like you put say like you go put like Spider Man versus Venom, or like you put like yeah, that's when
So
they yeah, and Kratos, like you put like
We used to do
Kratos
that like
versus
back in the days, but this is like before online EFED. This is like universe mode. But we do have a person on the brand who currently does that. I think it's
Mhm.
John Wingington. He'll have like random people show up
shout
on the
out to
show.
John Wigington, HPCW. That's right.
Mhm.
He does that. Like I remember I walked in on a E-Fed one time, like random shit, and I seen like Beavis and Butthead fight. I was like, yo, this is pretty dope. He had like
Yeah,
Peter Griffin versus Homer Simpson type shit. Like it was dope because the characters were like the same size and they looked exactly like them. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to John Wiggins, he does that too, kind of shit. But you got like like a Dragon Ball Z guy out there,
yeah, that one.
like like Goku or Krillin, shit like that, or like shit like that, which is dope. Which is
Yeah,
something different.
it was great. I'm telling you, they used to be creation like the whole back then, but until like when sometimes like new games they put like same texture, but it seems like it really gets different. Like from previous year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when they had put it on, so they probably
If
like
you go
they
back and
still
look
doing.
at footage, you can see the difference though. There's a big
Yeah.
difference from the game
Yeah,
now to back in
yeah,
the day.
it's all different because like I look, it's like okay, because everything is like so different from previous until like till now, like everything's like it gets much difference from like what's features like they can start upgrading even more from those graphics from like creating like characters and all. That you still gotta have like face texture, like make something even different than like from others, like from years ago. Like you made them face texture like even perfectly. So I try to get into it. I try to see if I can get into it, but it's sometimes like I gotta find like just like take a picture of yourself, like all the like if you had like clean shave and you starting to take pictures, and you put like face texture to put in your characters like that. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to see if I can get into that.
Hmm. Gotcha.
Spurs and 5 is crazy. So I comment on the chat. That's
Hell
one
yeah,
just
it's
say that's
happening.
Bro,
crazy.
I see like when I'm in Discord, I see people going crazy about that. They talk shit with OKC and what I was like, yeah, they got
You a ball
cooked.
fan? You play ball? You fuck around? A dot play ball.
You man, it was used to be. I used to be ball back. I used to be ball back then, like in high school. But until when I was trying out with football, that's how it ends me. Like I used to be good. I used to be good at shooting. Like I shoot like all the corners three. That's one of my currently like that was one of my backing abilities that I used
Steve
to be a
Steve
good
Novak.
shooter.
Steve Novak.
Steve
I said,
Novak.
yeah, it's and for no reason it went like I don't have my abilities like at all because since I played and trying out since I tried out varsity team since I played football practice and football team, that's when I've been started because it's fun because I meet with
You're cooking.
the new head coaches like back then. Sometimes and sometimes like if you had like you cool with head coach, but when sometimes like when during the game day and you run through a play, sometimes he get frustrated like that. You get like you just put like same plays like over and over again, like that's how like my team gonna start lose. Like they won't even make it to like state champion. Same like they used to be make it to state champion like since back like when I was in freshman year, facing that number one program in my school. Well, I live in South Carolina, so with my school, I'm in something high. Like shout out to my school. They facing that number one. Like they facing like a number one like program in
like
South Carolina State Dutch Fort. They are tough. They're really tough from that years ago until like when it start time when it goes. Sometimes like it start like the Dutch Fort is like is getting like good, but sometimes they really not that good that year.
I hear that.
So, yeah.
If A Dot's right and the Spurs in 5, I owe that man $250.
Damn.
You already hit first.
You on that bed.
Yeah, that's real shit.
You really think the Knicks got it, bro? You crazy. You ain't a real Knicks fan.
Nigga, I'm not a real Knicks fan, nigga. I've been dying with these niggas for years, and you know this. Every fucking year,
I've been surprised.
He's an Indiana fan. This nigga's an Indiana fan, and every year I gotta hear shit from this nigga because Indiana every year always shits on us, and we're like, fuck. I can't say nothing.
I would have been surprised that Knicks is finally.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's a Cowboy fan too.
Yeah, that shit. That's just shit that gets me. Cowboy fan, but he a Knicks fan. That shit ain't adding up.
I'm a New York Yankee fan too.
Yeah,
but I'm a Cowboy fan because the Giants just don't even.
Oh no! You're a Cowboys fan? Hell no!
Yeah. Cowboys got five.
I'll be here.
Can we ask you why? Can we ask why?
Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders.
What year was that?
94, 95.
Give it up.
I've been watching football before that. I was always a Deion Sanders fan since he got drafted in Atlanta, and then he was a 49er. So I was basically, you could have said that I was a 49er fan and then a Cowboys fan because of Deion Sanders.
Yeah, but that was like 25 years ago. Give it up, huh?
I know. I was a kid. Yeah, I was.
No, my pops got into like sports like when he was a kid because he used to be played. He's a big baller. He's a big baller, and I know he played like basketball and football because he's a running back. And then when he played basketball, he played basketball as a kid because he's a good shooter. Because that's when he got like about next like 2 decades later, and then we like after like graduating school and going to the Navy. At the time, he played ball, and that's when he met former NBA player Ray Allen. Shout out to Ray Allen. Because my pops met Ray Allen.
Yeah,
his friend.
2018, Ray Allen came to my store, bro.
Because he Ray is like Ray Allen along with T Morant
and
father of John Morant. So John Morant's pop. So because T and Ray Allen school together. Because I met John Morant like when after my graduation. Because I went to the mall, I see him with his best friend. So I met him. He's cool. It was like before he going to college. Way before he going to the pro.
Shout out to Midway Boy TV. Shut my boy Midway with the raid. 9 viewers. Let's go.
Midway.
Boy, my bad. I'm just giving a shout out. W Ray, boy, I appreciate you. I rated him earlier from the Eddie Walker, this and that podcast. But yeah, go ahead. I hear you. Running backs don't I see you, Midboy. Shout out to you, my boy.
But yeah, I was like, so yeah. I haven't met John Morant's father on but all I know is like I met John Morant. I friend of him, so he's a cool man, bro. I'm telling you, he's a good player, bro.
That's real.
Yeah, like way before he going, cause me and him, we both graduated same year, but in different school. Cause he played ball at Crestwood High School. Cause him,
Talk about
cause
John.
he
Talk about John Morant.
John Morant. Because when I first known John Morant, because me and my pops we went to that game. I said when I look John Morant play, I said yeah he played so much better than his father too. That man can jump and he posterized him. Like I was like damn, and he could shoot too. But when I watched on my friends on YouTube and watching the in playoffs second round when they faced AC Florida, like it's one of like hella close game. And they lost by one by overtime. He trying to shoot three until the ball not go there, almost hit that in the buzzer. I was like, that's one of the most like heartbroken on second round. That's when I watched it, all the highlights. But you can see his highlights in his high school days. Like he's phenomenal,
going, brother. You should have kept that shit going because athletes get tons of pussy, and that shit is like it's like a magnet. Yeah, it's like a magnet, boy. He's still the same thing I was thinking. He's thinking in Spanish. But it's crazy. But yeah. Going back before we get distracted, because we could talk ball for days. Because the New York Knicks are winning the NBA Finals this year. So I'm gonna say about that, and we're not gonna say anything else. If you could step in the ring with any wrestling legend from the past or present, who would it be and why?
Like
where we're at and what would it be on the line?
Like when I facing like WWE legends, like if I like face like
any era, don't matter. I'm talking
like
about.
I can step in I can step in the ring from the past like the Attitude Era, like there's the Attitude Era, like that's like the best era. Like you can see like tons of crowds.
Hands down the best era.
Yeah.
But
that's the one of the best until Ruthless Aggression, that's the same as it's still got more crowd going in. That's how that year is how the best year that same with Ruthless Aggression. But as attitude is like one of the best, one of the greatest era that
Attitude era is the reason that wrestling is like at the superstardom. You get what I'm saying? Because before that it was big. But like this is like, remember, like the Attitude Era brought The Rock, and The Rock has been making movies, bro. The Rock was in Walking Tall, Fast and the Furious, the series is, and he has
he played a lot of movies when he's not in WWE.
The Mummy.
Calm down. Let's not forget he was also the Tooth Fairy. Okay.
Yeah, that Tooth Fairy.
But so was John Cena. John Cena's like basically doing what he did.
Yeah, fuck John.
Like John Cena,
Hogan.
He plays as Peacemaker, like DC Peacemaker.
The Peacemaker is like the best thing that John Cena ever did, to be honest with you, because it's like comedy, and it shows like his
comedy
strength.
and action, and it's really funny because like he. And also, I know he been debuted as a Peacemaker as the DC Suicide Squad, like with James, the new one, the James Gunn Suicide Squad.
I don't like that James Gunn is in charge of this shit.
I mean, you gotta realize for James Gunn, because like he been put through like he wants to clear everything out. Like whenever since like when he first going through Warner Studios, because since like DC Extended Universe still exists, and he was in there because like him, because I know like him and Zack Snyder are tight like back then, like when they made
Right.
like the remake of Dawn of the Dead, like which is underrated movie. That's the greatest
It
one
is.
until like Zack
100%.
Snyder going to the DC Extended Universe. That's how they changed everything. Like
The thing with
Watchmen.
the thing with the Zack Snyder, when he had the DC shit, it was going perfect because it was fitting the DC. DC should have kept it like that, like dark, where you see bloodshed and like the superheroes actually kill niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
Wonder Woman was
kill the villains. Like they did it with the Man of
It
Steel.
was
nigga, Batman,
working on a universe. They had Brightburn and all that other shit, but they had to stop it.
bro. They
The
had
guy
Dark
who made
Side and everything.
Guardian of the
They was
Galaxy is the
ready.
one who made that.
Yeah, James
Cause
Gunn.
because when James Gunn did made it with the Guardians of the Galaxy, but remember what
James Gunn
happened
turned Superman into a pussy, bro. This nigga Superman's bleeding. Superman don't bleed, my nigga. What's wrong with this man? Like this
he
nigga made
don't. I mean,
Superman look
unless someone's stabbing with that kryptonite, that's how that
kryptonite.
shit works.
That's the only way. Yeah, but nigga, this nigga Superman was a bitch. That nigga looked like a bitch.
I mean,
I don't
he
know,
bleed
man.
because I know
I think he
because
was
he
doing like
bleed
the
because he.
1940 Superman.
Oh yeah, that
Need to cut that
1938
shit out, man.
Superman. That's how they. That's what he was. Cause yeah, Superman. I mean, Superman do bleed, but if the kryptonite was like shattered him, that's his weakness.
Nigga, Superman is supposed to be Superman. That's like unbeatable. And Superman's supposed to be black, first of all, because he's powered by the sun. And what happens when you get too much sun? You get dark. Don't be stupid, people. Wake up.
I mean that makes him like as an OP
Actually, the new
because
Superman is
when
black.
he recovered when he was
Superman
recovering
should
the
always been
sun.
black. He should have always been black because Superman is powered by the sun. If you notice,
Cause no and
when he gets
notice
that's when
Because
that's when
notice,
he
like
gets power.
when Batman Superman met, Batman knows Superman's weakness is the kryptonite. Like him
He beat
and
him up.
Lex
He beat him up at
Lex.
nighttime. Remember, Superman doesn't fight at nighttime. That's like Superman. You never hardly see Superman at night. You see Superman always in the daytime protecting shit.
Superhero.
Yeah, like
Man,
daytime.
the daytime nigga. Batman beat the shit out of him at night because he had kryptonite, and he beat him up when it was raining, storm, ain't no light. Like nigga, it's dark out here. I'm fucking you up. Kryptonite shot the nigga like 3 times. Hit the nigga with the fucking kryptonite. He almost poked him with it until he realized. That's the only shitty part about that. I was like, why you gotta name your mother the same name? Like that's corny. But then again, Stan Lee did that with Marvel with Peter Parker. What was
Yeah.
another one?
And to be honest though, like the way with the that Disney Studios like trying to abuse with
Susan
Stanley,
Storm.
like they did him like really dirty when it comes to from made a cameo appearance. Like
That's crazy, man.
that shit was so disrespectful when they did to Stanley until like he passed.
That's crazy. All these motherfuckers are racist, man. But that's a different conversation for a different time.
Cause
Who's your
I love Stan Lee because bottom of my heart because like I'll be I love fan with Stan Lee because when everything when he made the story rights with all those Marvel comics with like Spider-Man and X-Men and all of them as a as a writer, but the artist who made it like Steve Ditko as the main was Spider-Man. He the one who made. He wanted to make the artist of Spider-Man and Stanley. He's a he's a writer, so he can write like, all of it from the words from from Spider-Man comics and the X-Men.
yeah.
He made that shit.
Can't wait for this Avengers Doomsday shit. It's gonna be crazy. But
Oh, yeah,
we're off
it's
topic.
about to be
We're off
popular.
topic. We're off topic. We're off topic.
Yeah, 'cause I was about to open
We
a can
went.
of worms.
I know I went on the DC shit. We should have ended that. But it's all good. It's part of that's amazing for the podcast. Shout out to everybody listening. Yeah, I was entertained by that little quick segment. Hope you enjoyed it. Past legends, any wrestling legend, past, present, who would you step in the ring with?
I'm stepping away like say this. If I already know like who like I know there's a mini wrestler from the Attitude Era. If I say the Attitude Era, like like if I face like if I say big names like Stone Cold or Rock, it's like
That's
if
the
I
name you're supposed to mention. Yeah, you're supposed to mention names like that.
Yeah, like Attitude Era, that's where I'll be best with.
But you think Big Time is in that level, or you think like Ego said, you on like the Al Snow level? Psycho's on the Al Snow level. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, yeah, Al Snow. Al Snow. Yeah, Al Snow. That's what he made.
Al Snow is good, bro. Chill.
Yeah, he is.
Head.
He does like he deserves it. But like
he deserves it. I mean, he took a lot of bumps, but so does Spike Dudley. Is I feel like sometimes what AEW does, this is why I don't like AEW. I like AEW wrestling. I just don't like AEW in general because their storylines are terrible and their promos.
They did that from years ago. So yeah, they do that, especially. Yeah, especially like one certain one certain storyline they already processed like Swerve versus Adam Page, like that's a great storyline. That's a great storyline for that one. But others,
their biggest star all around that has the whole package, meaning like the look, the skills, and the mic skills too, is MJF. Like. And that's a
he carried through like
he's carrying them like basically he's doing what Cody Rhodes basically started and left too. Like basically what Cody Rhodes did was start his company because he started it. It was called
because it was him. Yeah, because it was him, the Young Bucks. Yeah, it's him and the Elites like with Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks. They the one.
They legitimately started it, and then Tony Khan, his father's money. His father's a billionaire. He owns the Jaguars and Jacksonville.
He owns the Jaguars and ownership.
He's a wrestling fan. He grew up a wrestling fan. He was like, "Hey man, I want to get involved in this. What I got to do?" He learned from like legends like Jim Ross and like shit like that. And Jim Ross told him like, "Yeah, if you're gonna start this company." After Cody leaves, you're gonna have to use big names. Like even though they probably almost
when Cody left, like like some big names like Kenny Omega, like he won like a world, like he won like a world champion like everywhere, like along with Clown Callis. I call
before Triple H became WWE. Before Triple H became WWE, that shit was a part of AEW and Ring of Honor and all that shit. AEW owns Ring of Honor and like all these little indies shit, and they got an affiliation with New Japan. That's why they can bring their belts into their company and vice versa. Like the same thing the TNA did with NXT. You know what I'm saying? But that's technically all WWE. But that's
because TNA and WWE are a partnership. So
but TKO is involved in too much shit, man. That's what's ruining WWE. You're limited in WWE. I don't like that. And
because like they remove like they try to like remove the talent. I mean that's their business though, because when it comes to like when they're releasing those many good wrestlers, good talents, and essentially they're gonna start bringing those NXT rosters going to the call up for main rosters. Like what they're going, so I said because like, and after that, and you see like Austin Creed and Kofi, like they want to request release, and I don't blame them. I don't blame them when they get requested release. So that's their decision because they want to make some of the deal, but they turn that deal down. So they just leave. Yeah, and then
you think they're going to a different wrestling company or they're just done with wrestling?
Now, if I say this, that I think wait till like 90 days, because AEW might cite to get Austin Creed and Kofi because I would say Austin Creed. I know because I remember like I used to watch like that the Street Fighter 5 tournament between Kenny Omega versus Austin Creed. That's when they met each other because they're both gamers. But as a, like from in character, if they come in here, I say yeah, that'll be great. That'll be great for like for the fight like if the Young Bucks versus Kofi and Austin Creed, I say yes, I need that. But if Big E showing up and reunited with Kofi and Austin Creed, they're gonna be them versus the Elite. I say give it to me. That's the fans wants it. The fans wants to see that rematch.
This is what's really happening, and I'm gonna ask you a question that it touches on this too, right? So this is what's really happening in a shady business like that, right? So it's like TKO offered them like a contract. Technically, WWE wasn't really using them. They were using them just to put like the young talent over, right? So
that's true.
So like this is what's happening to a lot of niggas now. Like if you notice, like when was the last time you saw Matt Cardona win a match? You know what I mean? The biggest win that Matt Cardona actually has in real life is that he's banging Chelsea Green. Besides that, like it's nothing. And y'all niggas don't even know. This nigga Austin Theory is banging Maxine Dupree, and they're about to make that a storyline. And y'all guys don't even see it. Watch that shit come out soon. I promise you. Y'all heard it here first on my shit.
Because Matt Cardona, he haven't like I'm gonna tell you, like AEW haven't put him on because like it's just because like during like when CM Punk in AEW, that's when he had got the issues between him and what no.
Sure,
Matt Cardona. Oh, sorry, I made the wrong one. But Matt Cardona, bro, like as a Zack Ryder, bro, like he tried to leave, but Vince
they're never gonna put a belt on him. You know what I'm saying? Like this is what I'm saying. When this is the thing, AEW, they're gonna offer you the money and they're gonna make you actually earn your money. You get what I'm saying? That's why you're not limited.
Yeah, if Matt Cardona goes, like, if he like really goes to AEW, if Tony Khan could give him a lot of money, give the money.
Yeah, he'll be like an Intercontinental champion over there, whatever they call that over there.
Or he'll probably be like as a TNT champion.
Or TNT, something like that. That's the thing with WWE too. WWE only has like what 4 belts, right? They got 2. Yeah. They got the world title on one brand, the Intercontinental.
Yeah.
Then they got the other same thing.
United States.
And then they got the women's. So it's like it's limited. So they have so much talent, but they're not using them right. Like you got people like fucking what's his name? Grayson Waller, right? The kid is good. Like you can't take nothing from them. Like the kid is actually good, and he's actually not that bad on the mic. The only thing is he has an accent, but if you don't push him and you don't make him relevant, nobody's gonna know who he is. So you're always gonna see him as
not at all.
You get what I'm saying? But he's actually talented, bro. And like you got like Kit Wilson, right? Like Kit Wilson, he got the wrong gimmick because the kid is actually good. Like he could fucking wrestle. The kid is actually impressive, right? But you got him walking around with the Miz,
they never got him to that
virgin kid. You get what I'm saying? Like he's a little virgin boy type shit, and you're like, how does that work? Like it's getting over because like idiots like it. You know what I'm saying? Like that whole with the strut. Like if you really look at it, that would not happen in the Attitude Era. Like the wrestling that we're from, like me, A-Dot, and you practically. Yeah, we don't. That's not our wrestling. Get what I'm trying to say? Like our wrestling was that. I'm not
gonna lie. I was watching the Monday Night Raw, and I love the fact that Austin Theory came out with the chair and smacked this Goofy in the skull. With
everybody, all of them.
Because that's wrestling now. Like, yeah, serious.
That's
That's wrestling. That
That's
chair shot to the face.
That's
That's
a wrestling
wrestling.
right there. That's
that's
a
what we
even
need.
wrestling because they sometimes like when they edited like a video out and then when they start hitting somebody they start freezing until they skipped it. Like I was like, what in the world? They
Yeah,
just say okay, they trying to put like an entertainment, but I'm telling you, but that wrestling right there. But in AEW though, when you're trying to hit someone to wear a weapon, that's wrestling right there. That's a wrestling
AW
right
is
there
safe,
right on
man.
now.
They're
Other
not
thing I was
safe.
gonna say, the AW, they do be like, do they make
They're
them sign
wild.
contracts or something? Because some of the shit is like,
It's lethal. So
Yeah.
that brings me to the question.
Mm-hmm.
Considering that you know how that works in the professional big leagues, how do you feel about doing that? Like, how do you feel about that going on in the eFed world, where one brand, one company don't push you like that, or they book you against bums, or possibly like fill-ins? You know, a fill-in is like a character that actually doesn't exist and nobody's behind. It's just somebody I made for my show because I need to like put somebody in the card or whatever. Which
So
I don't think you should need
it depends.
nowadays. Like nowadays, I don't think people should use fill-ins because there's hundreds of us, literally. Am I wrong? Like, why
Mhm.
do we need to fight fill-ins? You know what I'm saying? Like, if there's already a big time, why I need to fight somebody instead of fighting big time or ego or A dot or DBD? You know what I'm saying? Like, why
Yeah,
I gotta,
like it's like
you know?
depends. Like I always been with like some A brands, and then when soon like my character like from last year, I was like losing shit until like when I heard like it was like superstar shakeup, which is got like it got trade like to go in some other brands and the other ones are going to other brands. So they
Yeah.
trying to make like okay, superstar shakeup. They put my character in, and I can try and see if I can bounce back. You know, like I facing like former big man.
Like A dot's
Former.
here, right? So put it like basically like this, right? So like you see how A dot gives you like the opportunity and shit, and if like A dot, what A dot does, he can say it himself because he's here. But
Yeah,
like
yeah.
what I've noticed is like like he'll put you in like in a multiple man match and shit, right? In the beginning when
Yeah.
you just sign whatever, right? So once he sees like what you do there, and if you win those matches, like he knows, all right, he writes all this shit down on paper and all that shit. Am I wrong? And
Mhm.
like you know what I'm saying? So and like he
You
knows,
know I
all
do
right,
that. I say
so
that shit all the
big time,
time.
yeah, like big time got this win here in this elimination chamber on this 8-man match, whatever. Look
Yeah.
out for him. So now he's gonna book you against somebody who probably been like a mid card champion or who's actually winning a couple matches singles. So now he's gonna test you with that, and you get that win. Oh, this guy's actually making noise.
Yeah.
You beat somebody who's been on fire, type shit. You know what I'm saying? So now you see how
Yeah.
you earn your way up in the ranks. It's
Like
not like all right, let me book him against some fucking trash bum and like not even recognize the fact that he's even on the card. I just need somebody on the card, so it just happens to be big time. Then fuck it. Meaning, like it's fucked up because you're a loyal watcher for like every EFED. So no EFED that you're a
yeah.
part of
And
should be treating you like that. Is what I'm basically saying.
yeah, I mean, I'm everywhere, and I'm everywhere when it comes to like when my matches I'm that been put, I'm just showing up, and especially like if I lose like one of those big guys, like if they start doing like like they put like an iron cut or just choke somebody to death like that, something like that one, cause when those like cause like those villain characters like only put like put like to their storylines, but for me, like if I say for me, yeah, like for me, I can say I've been facing that person like like twice, but I've been like once. So and
Yeah,
he has that the person wears the universal title. So that's around the way. So I'm be defeating him, but till like this season, I say okay, I can go ahead and whoop him twice. So I say yeah, because by end it like if I ended their legacy and what's next for them what's next for me if I'm being as a universal, I said this like, you know, it's gonna be next for big for me. And you know, whenever the journey comes up, like you know, in the middle of the year, so I was like, so yeah, I'm prepared from that. Like I'm be ready. Like you know, facing
big time things.
Yeah. When is eight out of the year? What is technically like mid season? What month would technically be mid season? So the game drops in March and shit.
I'd probably say like September, October.
Right? Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe probably September.
September, remember that's when they're in like the middle of it.
I mean, he's definitely going. You know, right now, like I said, he's in great position to get a title shot. Like I said, I'm just not rushing it just on the strength of
But if I like if I say like if I lose like another like opportunity, if I'm gonna say okay, we should start doing like you know continue the storylines like you know after I lost the opportunity from the title like just like from last year though. Like when I had to facing those big men who get dominated or hold that title.
Yeah.
And then you know like if I lose another title opportunity and you know I can say okay I'm gonna put this like you know continue like you know start doing like promos to continue the storylines like what to do. Or if I say okay if my character like failed to get opportunity and they're going to say like okay so you're the failure, you can't capture any titles. And what that means like you got a list of command or they're gonna say like or like some like what's happened next.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I'm person like being like with the boot camp, like if the stars told you like, oh you better listen to everything I told you to do. If I said I have enough listen to you, like you know something like that, or like some like factions like broke up like that. Like that's the one of the storylines.
Definitely.
Be like The Rock.
Yeah, we always could talk about something that happened. Yeah, of course.
Be like The Rock. Like The Rock talked back to Shane McMahon like when he was in the corporate. Like when he said like you had 20 seconds away before I lay the smack down up your candy ass. Like that's when he gonna say it like that.
Yeah, and that's good that you think like that too, because that's a good segment right there for that that heel turn right there. You know, so there you go. You see, if I'm not saying we're doing that, I'm just saying, but you have the ammo to present that down the line.
You already have some ideas and stuff you want to work
exactly.
on.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So I mean, that's all it's about for me, man. You thinking outside the box, you just get that creative juice flowing, man. Just hey, here's a couple ideas. What do you think? Or boom, boom, and we go from there. That's what a lot of people do. They hit me up, a few ideas, and I tell them first of all, I'm gonna say, what do you out of those ideas you threw to me? What do you like? What stands out the most to you for your character? Because end of the day, it's your character, right? You want your character to shine one way or another. Even if you don't have a title, you still want that name to pop. You still want him to be recognized, make a statement. So
it makes sense
at the end of the day. So it's just me, whatever ammo you give me to present there while I'm doing, either a backstage attack or you guys have promos ready or if the fight's going on or, you pop up out of nowhere and attack somebody after the match, mid-match. That's the shit. I just put out there whatever you guys want. So that's how.
A backstage fight. That's for goes for a storyline like during the match or the aftermatch or before the match. It's showing there's a backstage going there's something chaotic. There's how you put it like story that's how the storylines you put it.
The fuck is that?
Mm-hmm.
That's
when you fight somebody backstage doing it after match or you gonna do it during the match or before starting the match.
Most definitely, yeah. I know what you mean. 100%. Yeah. That's the kind of shit we want, man. That's what we want to do, Always look out for
that's one of the part for plan for for the storylines, like like backstage assault.
Yes, sir. Man. That's the key.
Yeah.
Where our man DVD? We walked away.
I'm here now. I'm here, nigga. I'm here.
Oh yeah, we're here.
Making sure.
Yeah.
What's one thing? What's one thing you could bring into this e-fed industry that sets you apart from everyone else?
Like ever since like I have like ideas, because I know ever since I got my own e-fed, because I had done it since like for 24, because like from ideas is that ever since like I got like I made my character, like I faced like one person, like face one person or facing the other big names, like they put like 5-star matches, like if you make your e-fed, like you like bring yourself like industry, like something that like okay, something like for example, like if you made GEW Global Extreme Wrestling, like what's like inspires you, like inspire like like ECW like type shit, or like do like like the Attitude Era like that, and from or like Japan wrestling, like New Japan, All Japan, and Pro Wrestling, Freedom and Noah. But from my own e-fed idea is that it's something, it may inspire like my e-fed like inspired like CPW, that is inspired like from like I watch like New Japan Pro Wrestling, like All Japan Pro Wrestling Noah, and Pro Wrestling Freedom. Like Pro Wrestling Freedom is like a hardcore Japan wrestling. And you can I can allow that too.
Gotcha.
And then like and it inspires like WCW like type shit, and like AEW, like AEW make a pay-per-view, like make it a pay-per-view like unique stages, like like you built the stages for pay-per-views that is something like very unique, like every year. Like they done it every year when AEW made the unique stages for pay-per-views.
Yeah.
Like, unlikely what WWE does, like they usually make pay-per-view stage until like by 24, like probably like late 2013, 14, like, and everything, like it keeps stages like LED stages and all that shit.
Get the lights shining bright, baby, shining bright.
Yep. Cause that's why like, cause I miss when like WWE used to make unique stages, like if they done it like from like Attitude Era, but mostly Ruthless Aggression Era, they made something even bigger, like making some like unique stages that you want to bring it back.
Which one?
Like the Baptizing Blood arena, shit like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Like that, and it much like more like much more like during the PG era, they still making unique stages like that stuff before like 2014. That's when they started. That's when they all that started. Like they not, it's not even like same how they used to be. That's how my fed that I made it like inspired, because like when I keep like weekly shows, like keep the stage the same as the stage, but when it during like the pay-per-view coming up, that's when I started making some like unique stages.
Okay.
So that's what it is inspired like from AEW, make some like pay-per-view stuff. Like from my ideas.
Why don't you be promoting your stuff more and shit? Like, the way you promote yourself in other e-feds, why you don't put your show on the map like that? Like
like if I put like some other people like like promote like some other else, like if I met with other when I met from the other people, like I'm everywhere, I'm being represents, like I'm shout out to like Big H, like I he knows, like from my feds, I know y'all know, and other people from other feds, they know that I promoted like right there. So they saw like I put the that match, like I put like other matches, like like all the singles matches and everything and all, because all for my small business. So the small business for mine. So it made something like made from like make it fresh, like fresh starts. Because I started making this like since like 2K24, and I started making something like for small business for me. That it's something like even you really enjoy it, like you really like enjoy the show, like you want to see some of the like good matches.
That's real.
Yeah.
I like that. So let me podcast question. Can you describe to us your signature move and your finishing move, and how'd you come up with that? Like how you come up with the name and what made you come up with that move?
So like I know like
Signature and finisher.
So
Yeah, my bad. Signature and finisher. That's what I meant.
Yeah, like signature. I will say it is like signature. I I always kept like like big spine buster. Like since like I need like big time as like we'll call like a big spine buster. This is my signature, and the other one was from finisher. That's what it is different. Cause like from out of the ringside, and he goes like big spine buster, like wait for him, and then like boom, you hurt someone in the head. That's what we call like big spine buster, like outside the ring. And the other finisher, like use like Seth Rollins, like I could call myself as the big stump. And I'm sure, big stump, like springboard stump, like Seth Rollins does that. That's the one finisher. That's the one finisher like you stump somebody like in the skull, like type shit. And then when you go on the top, and I done it with a top rope, like the Kevin Grace, like the Finn Balor's moves and swerve moves, like you jump and you go big stump then to the to the chest. I done that like on like every fest I've been on. Like that's how it inspired. That's how it like inspires like Finn Balor and Swerve. Like Swerve does a stump, like he done that. So that's what it inspired. Like Swerve Strickland is like that's what it inspires. That you stump them, like you go on the top rope, stump them on the chest. And one finisher is that protect your neck. Like you start like you put a leg and you gonna hurt them in the head. That's one move.
Protect your neck, eh? Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck up, boy.
Yeah, protect your neck. I said protect your neck. That's the only like you gonna easy way you gonna quit the win before somebody coming here breaking out like during like you fight a triple threat match.
Copy. I like it.
That's one move. Yeah, that's the one move that I use.
You guys want to rebound off that? I like that though, because I got my shit.
No, I like
it. Yeah, because my shit is the Sativa Dreamer and the Dime Dropper. The Dime Dropper is the finisher. Sativa Dreamer is technically like this signature. So like, if I could actually beat motherfuckers with my signature, like I don't smoke niggas with my finisher. Before I haven't smoked niggas without using my finisher. A-Doc will vouch for that. You know what I'm saying? I remember I beat Ego in the first.
No thanks. I'm okay.
Yeah, remember when I packed you up in that and my birthday?
Packed them up. You got packed
22.
up. 22.
Are you gonna talk about the recent shit when I pack you up?
And then also don't forget that one move that like CM Punk like Anaconda Vice. So that's one of the submissions I had.
Did you Ben have that or you added that because CM Punk's on the cover? Keep it real.
Nah, like I've been using it since 24.
That's good.
I use it since 24.
I had the silencer since 22. I took it off of Zay, my mentor.
Mm-hmm.
You heard A-Dot? What did I say? I said my mentor.
Your mentor. I heard you. Don't let him hear that.
Don't let him hear that because that nigga will be gas. Like, son.
He's saying what?
like that's a one moves I use like for like any kind of advice. Like when I facing like when I defended like when I like this one Fed I've been on, and I had to defend the Intercontinental Champion against like triple threat match. Like it's like eliminator match. So I just Intercontinental one person and I eliminate them, and I Intercontinental to him again. Other person, I eliminate two of them and I retain. I was like, yeah, I'm ready to smoke. I whoop other niggas up.
Yeah, I be whooping on niggas too. I've been whooping on niggas for a long time. It's just in 25 due to personal reasons and shit. I wasn't really like fully invested. I'm fully invested now though. So if y'all want the smoke, let's go.
I was like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, that's when I put leftovers, all those like the sliders and the moves from the 25 and now they're going to 26. So I'm like, man, I can go back to 24 and then I'm gonna see how they look. Cause like I was like, bro, I was unstoppable though. Like used to be like as a for 23, but 24 it goes real different. It goes different.
They go hard, you're right.
I whooped them. I whooped them niggas though.
Yeah. So you know already a little history of the GW guys and shit like that. You know, obviously that Ego has been like the day one guys. Well, when the day one guys are actually limited now because you don't really see them anymore. Like it's only me, Ego, Zay's back. We got Tolos, we got Hopkins. Who else? SGK. Hey Dot, help me out here. Come on.
David Pope,
Savage,
Khan.
David Pope.
Yeah, David Pope on.
Yeah, you got a couple.
So like those are day one guys. So those are considered almost Hall of Famers, like in the GW community. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So you know what I'm saying? So like based on, but he knows that already because technically, which since you've been watching, you know, like who are the guys because when A Dot announces like certain people, like he knows how to announce certain people. Like if you're a new guy, he announces you with respect as a new guy until you develop your character in the GW community, right? So like he will announce like, oh, the legendary SGK or the motherfucking legend David Pope, the whatever David Pope was or is at the time, you know, like I'm just putting it as an example, you know what I mean? Like Ego the Prince, the Hall of Famer, walking legend himself, you know what I mean? Like he'll say shit like that. So considering stuff like that, and you are well, you're like a year in already with us. So who's like a dream match with guys like that you know of that you will consider in the GW that you'd be like, yo, I'll take that. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like an honor, win or lose type shit, you know?
See, like for what dream match? Like, and I know, yeah, because I've been around with since like last year. So I know one of those day ones, like if I've been knowing them for mostly, if I had to face them like mostly, if I say like, I know, let me see, because there's a few people who's like day one. I already know David Pope. I know David Pope in here. You see, I know he's been around. I know when David Pope been around here since.
David Pope is technically a Hall of Famer because he's technically been everywhere from the beginning. You know what I mean? Like every year faithfully and shit, you know. And shout out to him, shout out to David Pope because
shout out to David Pope because I know he's been everywhere, same day like me, same as always. Because always respectful to out of
same person. Yeah, always been the same person. I got mad love for the nigga. Like he's the type of person that like we can crack mama jokes on each other, like me and him. That's how good I know. You know what I'm saying? Like shit like that. Because he won't get offended and I won't, you know. But like
Yeah, I say yeah. That's if I had like a dream match between me and David Pope, I say hey,
Oh,
it'd be
Pope.
good.
David
Mm-hmm.
Pope. Who wants
Yeah.
Pope?
But yeah, shout out to David Pope, man.
Shout out to David Pope, man. Again, the what is he called? The fallen angel or
Yeah, the lone
psychopath,
wolf.
the lone wolf. He has many names, and he
Yeah,
mastered those names
Mm-hmm.
because like every time he had a new, every year he has a new name,
yeah.
like
I
a
think this
new
year has a new one. The Dire Wolf, I think it is.
dire wolf. Yeah, the dire wolf.
Yeah.
Right. So like he lives up to the name. You know what I'm saying? Like David Pope is definitely a legend. Oh, another one that I forgot to mention. That's day one guy. He's always everywhere too. Sadistic Joker. I don't
Sergeant
know.
General, motherfucker. That's who you forgot.
Sergeant
Yeah,
General. Nigga, but
yeah.
that's you. That's
I think that
that's
was the
technically
first one you mentioned.
you.
Oh, it was? I missed it? Okay.
Yes.
Or
And then
I say or if at least I say or if at least if I like okay, because I know David Pope. Or if I say if I at least like, if I face like Todd Wilson, 'cause I know Todd Wilson is like one
yeah, but
toughest.
yeah, he's tough, but he's a new guy in the GW community. He's not new to the EFED world. A lot of y'all ain't new. Like you ain't new to this shit because you've been doing this since 18. But like you're new
Yeah,
to our community. What I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like
but
like
yeah,
the
okay, so yeah, so yeah, because I know David Pope be everywhere. So if that's gonna be like for dream match, that's
yeah
if I
on it.
want to face. So yeah, if I'm be honest, because I know I'm the only person I've been around from like, since last year. So
Yeah, I heard we're getting Shaky P and Ray Vibes back. Those are official podcasters too. Shout out to Ray Vibes and Shaky P.
Yeah. We're
Shaky
ready to come back to tag team division.
podcast. You know what I'm saying?
We're ready to come back.
Um, yeah, not yet.
mm-hmm.
So
So
before we
yeah,
end it, right? Final question, like type. Um, we've been going on for seasons. Clearly, you've been going on since 2K18. It's been EFED's been relevant. Let's call a spade a spade. It's been relevant since 2K22. This is where we at now since 2K22. Where we're at right now, all of us, right?
mm-hmm.
Um, we're definitely gonna get up to a 2K40 kind of shit. But we all get older and shit. We have kids and whatever. So we're gonna cut that short to how do you see yourself in the next 5 season, and what's the goal for the next 5 season for Big Time? Next 5 seasons for Big Time.
I mean, for me, the last thing I will say is, what I'm saying, like ever since I'm a first ever as a Grand Slam champion, like since like 2K24, and then like whenever like this year, like from that this year, if I might plan. If I'm be like 2 times as a Grand Slam champion from the other feds I going, as like what I'm saying, and if I won like if I say for other feds like if I'm like if I won a universal champion, that it will change like everything from mine's like from that year. So that means I'm being the like a triple crown. I want like a triple crown as a champion because like I've been holding like 3 if I like because I hold 2 belts from other feds there because it's like I've been holding short title reign, and then so
In
now
other words, you just want to be baby Eagles. I respect that.
mhm.
I'm dead.
And then some other feds like I say if I'm being as a world champion other than that too. Because I've been wanting the United States champion for like for the other feds there. But I've been holding it for like almost a year. Like from similar same thing like 3 years ago. Like All-Star champion, I hold it for like a year. Like if I be I be like Darby Allin holds a TNT champion for like a whole like
Nah,
for
don't be
about a
like that
year
guy.
like that. Something like that. Or like I know Jay Cargill does that. Will hold a TBS champion for all that for like almost about a year. like some type of shit. I said, I ain't gonna be look. If I ain't gonna be like that, that's how they. That's how
They had no choice to do that though.
Yeah, but but yeah, because like other fans like that's it makes understand. If it comes to like from like what storylines that it goes from other there like from there, and if I had if I had like more opportunities to go for like a big goal, like 100% from my character from as Eric Knight as from the other universe, that's when he'd be ready for it. So I'd be ready for like I've been was like next thing like next thing for me. Like I said, it's not a next big thing, but it's next thing for me that like the whole story for me is just beginning. If I'm being like, as a world champion, that it might be changed everything for me, and I had to work on now. If I'm facing like the villains from on the promos like from during like the storyline, I can tell them this, that like you have like a lot of people respectful for you to who you are. I said your
Are
title
you part of
is
any
like,
factions?
Who can't? Over here, at least.
Who can't?
Yeah.
I want to
part
hear
of-
from him. Are you part of
Yeah,
any
bro.
factions?
Man, I'm usually from 3 years ago, but now I think
I
from
heard, I
now
heard,
as
I
No,
heard
I'm
he was
talking
he's on
GW. I'm talking
solo.
GW. I'm not talking other
John,
GW.
anybody.
Man,
Johnny.
if I'm being mostly shocked now, I've been with the boot camp. So that's how I mean. When I know it, I said I'm
You gonna
shocked.
come out with the fatigue jacket?
If I had the team jacket, if I would, yeah. If it if it goes like for if it goes for like a storyline,
Yeah.
like from boot like for boot camp type. If it's like if it goes say like big time's on a boot camp, like what in the world? I say yo, it's not gonna be fit for you, and if you lose your like opportunity, and it makes you like you're a big loser when you in the boot camp. You gotta talk your shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what it comes from the faction for the boot camp. But if I'm like if I'm
Boot camp just wants to
turn on them,
bring out
if
the
I
star
turn on
in you.
boot camp,
That's it.
yeah.
Yeah,
If
that's
I
what we
turn
do.
if I turn them into turn against the boot camp, I said this. You know what? If that happens, and I say yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start. I'm gonna start talking shit.
I mean, if it comes to it, if it makes sense, I'm for it. If he could, like I said, if that breaks him out into that heel road for him, I think that'd be dope. But right now, his mission is to turn the guy superstar. I mean, if you guys pay attention, you see how we do it. Ego's always involved in these big moments. Determine who we put against who, especially if they get a victory against him or even if they look good.
Yeah.
Most of those
That's
guys.
like even like when even like what's next thing, if I say if I'm turning against, I say okay, I'm gonna make something tire like even different than the original ones. So because I'm run with my attires like black and gold like everywhere, like because black and gold is like my favorite.
Everybody went black and gold this year too. I even went black and gold this year. That's
Nothing
crazy.
wrong with that.
Everybody
It's the
went black.
colors. That's where it's at.
I don't know. 26 was like that, I guess. I'm gonna bring out the pink in the summer shit after the Hogan thing.
Bring it out. Bring it out.
I have to do the pink, man. It's about cancer. October, I'm definitely bringing that shit in October.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, but like final thing. You enjoying what GW content brings? It's not even GW only. Like the global umbrella, whatever the global umbrella is bringing to you, and you're a part of. You feeling it? And
because ever since I joined with A Dots with GW, I've always been fun with some other people who run it fast. Like A Dot brought me like some other fast like shout out to my boy Hitman, aka J Smoke, run with the ASW on Smoke, and I know you, Dimebag. I tell you, you got me into the onto the Fight Club. So shout out to you.
That shit lit. I know.
And Mr. Briggs,
Do it.
one at TXT, he got me this year. So shout out to him. And honestly, I will come back with the Demons Funhouse very soon because I gotta finish the my entire. So
Okay.
No.
You already here first. We getting a demonish, a demonic, big time.
Yes,
That's
sir.
fire. But I want to say shout out to you for pulling up tonight, boy.
Sure.
Representing, you know what I'm saying? We'll run another one in the future and shit. You can always pull up to Smoking Dimes Radio. We talk shit about anything else besides the Z-Fed shit. This was everybody to understand, you know what I mean? This is for everybody to get to know who you are, the creator, the guy behind the creator. You know what I'm saying? I think the questions I asked was fair. You guys agree?
Yes, sir.
Uh-huh.
This and that podcast, baby.
Oh,
We got big time. You already know. Ladies and gentlemen,
You know it, brother.
you know what it is. I would like to thank everybody who tuned in, who's gonna listen later on. Appreciate y'all. You already know what it is. What's the phrase, Dot? The global phrase? Hitman. Shout out to Hitman. Shout out to Briggs. Shout out to Demon.
A couple of them.
You know?
Depends on which one you want.
We're staying positive, man. Stay humble.
Yeah. Stay strong. Stay positive. Stay global.
Always.
Yeah, you know it. Stay vibes right there, bro.
The future no one can pass us. You heard?
You know what it is. Stay fresh, cheese bags. But anyway, again, shout out to A. Jizzle. Shout out to Eagle the Prince. Shout out to Demon X that was here earlier. Shout out to everybody on the global. You already know. And also shout out to the man himself, Mr. Big Time, in the building.
There's Triple Crown Champion Fight Club.
Damn. You already know, nigga. Talk to him.
Yes, sir.
You already know. We're running a fight club. Make sure y'all tune in too. We might have another podcast tomorrow night with the Blood Chief, Mr. Jackson Wright himself. Won't keep you posted. But anyway, I'm your boy, Mr. Dimebag Dan, aka Mr. 357. This is that This and That podcast where we speak about it so y'all can whisper about it later. But we out this bitch, you heard? Peace.
Nah, motherfucker, you gon' watch me win. Your ass better duck. Stay strapped, ENT, motherfucker. You know what's up with me. Hey yo, let's get it straight. Let's talk about the proof. Fuck TRV, motherfucker, you stole that shit from Soup. You acting like a king, but you a jester in the court. I'm the motherfucking truth, and your legacy is short. You say you real, man, you a bitch, and you knew that though. I'm with real killers ready to ride and kick in your dough. Let's be honest, you ain't shit, you just a shadow in the room. Keep my name out your mouth before I turn this to your doom. Don't play with me. Don't play with your bitch. I'm the truth in the flesh. Make up like a switch, don't play with your bitch. I'm the truth in the flesh. Make up like a switch, don't play with your bitch. I'm the truth in the flesh. Make up like a switch, don't play with your bitch. I'm the truth in the flesh. Flip like a switch, don't. The ducking and the cowardice. This bitch ass motherfucker love to speak upon my name. But when it's time for action, you just hide inside the frame. Mills, you was straight out. We seen the way you perform. You was scared to press Marcus Watch. You was ducking storm. I'm the truth, I'm the light. Got my mind on your mind. Why you chasing after clout? I'm the one you gonna find. Do your bitch even know the type of snake that she with? Better find some